Today I have the super sassy Belle Tress Madison to show you. I have Madison in Raw Sugar Blonde R. Pretty choppy. Really fun. Let's learn all about this style and this color. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook, and I am thrilled to be showing you Madison today. I have been eyeing this wig for a little while now, wondering, might that be a wig that's right up my alley? And I'm so excited to be able to show her to you. We are going to cover everything you need to know to figure out whether or not Madison is the wig for you, or whether or not this color is a good color for you. If you are only here to see color, you can find that at the end of my review. I timestamp all the major segments so you can skip ahead to whatever it is that you care about. You don't have to watch the whole thing to find it. Let's first take a look at this one from all sides. I mean, look at those choppy layers. I've said it before and I will say it again. Belle Tress is currently one of my favorite brands for lower density, little to no permatease. They are doing some amazing things over at Belle Tress. They keep coming out with these styles that I want them all. And the colors that they're offering are fantastic. This wig, like I said, love Belle Tress for lower density, little to no permatease. And this one, no permatease, very flat on the top, very low density, not too low. You're not seeing any wefting or anything, but it's absolutely a super natural density. And so if you're looking for something with really not much volume, you don't want a lot of volume on the top, this could be a great one for you. On the other hand, if you do want volume, you tend to like permatease, so you can get in there and you can get some lift and some height out of your wigs. You know, this one just doesn't have the permatease, so it's not going to hold. I can do a whole lot with this just by manipulating the fibers for a video, but for it to hold all day, I have two suggestions for you though. Number one, product. You can use product to a certain extent. Jon Renau Peace Out Cream, I will link it in the description to Amazon, is so awesome because it takes layered styles like this and it really allows you to define those layers and piece them out, make those layers look like they were cut with intention. Number two, you can use heat. This is a heat-friendly synthetic. You can use heat on it to get lift. If you don't like the way it sort of hangs in the face, it is a little bit of a face flopper, you can take some heat to it to get a little lift, get it out of your face. You can take a little bit of heat to it, maybe right around this area, to get a slight little bit more lift than it already has. It's not going to have a ton because it doesn't have the hair for it, but there are some things you can do to make this wig your own, and I strongly, strongly recommend you consider trying. And you guys, the more I play with her, I have a mirror right here, the more I look at her, I'm like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's kind of fun. This has a lace front. I think Belle Tress does a great job with their lace fronts overall. I'm always very, very pleased with them. And that gives the appearance that's growing out of your scalp, so you really can get this up off your face. I mean, this one does have the start of a bang. The bangs are a little long for me and my measurements, but I have a video showing how to take a thinning razor to just trim up bangs. In a situation like this, the bang is there. You just might need to shorten it. Super, super easy to do with a thinning razor, and you do not have to have any cutting skills or even a steady hand. And you can tuck this one, so if you wanted to tamp down some of the messy layers and play up that bang, you can absolutely do that with this one. I do think there's going to be some options. That mono part, it's a left mono part. It's a fairly deep mono part, and it's fairly narrow, so you're not getting a lot of parting flexibility on this one. Extended lace. So they go all the way to the ear tabs, no transition line if you're going to tuck. Soft ear tabs with bendable stays, an extended nape, Velcro adjusters, and then the rest is open wefted. I'm going to cinch this in. Belle Tress is generally, especially the wigs from the City collection, which this is, Belle Tress is known for running true to average. They used to be known for running big. larger than average. And then they came out with the City collection, and it was much smaller than their Cafe collection. And then now they have just a ton of different collections. Generally, they're known more for running more true to average. I will say this wig seems to be running a little small. Actually, you know, around the circumference, it's average. I've cinched this in a lot, and I have a 21.5 circumference. My circumference has increased a little bit as I've put on a little weight. That can happen. You lose weight, your circumference might get smaller, you gain weight, it might get bigger. So right now I'm 21.5 and I cinched it in a fair amount. You can be 22, maybe even up to 22.5 potentially. I don't know. It doesn't have a lot of stretch. It has some, but I've had stretchier caps. Where I think this one might be running a little small actually is over the top. I am getting a little bit of extra cap. I can do this. That means there's room in there for a little bit more head than I've got, but I'm not getting a lot of extra cap. I get more extra cap on brands like Raquel Welch, John Renault. So I think this is running average, slightly smaller than average. Not as small as, say, Ellen Villa, but definitely fitting me a lot better than I expected that it would, given that I generally have what's known as a petite, average petite head. To summarize before color, I think she's really fun. I think she is sassy to be sure. Not fancy hair. You know, she is that casual, messy, maybe date night hair if you really get in there and you play with her. If your style is usually a lot more on the trendy, casual side of things, you might actually have a ton of fun with this. You know, if you're more conservative, you look for more kind of office hair, great hair to wear out to church, you know, things where you're trying to look a little more dressed up and polished, this one might take a little effort because it is meant to be more kind of fun and messy. But as you see, when I kind of scrunch in there, I think the layers are really fun. So I really like her, and she's going to be for some and not for all, just like every wig. Let's talk about this color. Raw Sugar Blonde Rooted. I am so glad that I think probably in year 2 of my wig wearing journey, I forced myself to start wearing colors I was not comfortable wearing. I am a natural dark brunette. Blondes were never, ever, ever on my radar, except in high school for a brief period when I tried to go blonde with sun in. But other than that, I just never thought blondes were me. And once I started wearing wigs, I just wanted to have fun with wigs. And I started to force myself to wear colors that I was uncomfortable wearing. And here I am today, able to wear blondes like this. And it's so fun. So I encourage you, if that's something you would love to say is you can get there. You might have to go through some uncomfortable periods, but you can do it, because I did it and I'm nobody special. So you can too. So this is a mixture of neutral light blonde, honey blonde, pale gold blonde. So we've got a lot of the blondes. And then the base, they say, is a light with a base of light brown low lights featuring medium brown root color. So that's how they describe it. So there's that root. When we go outside, you will see it's not going to be quite as dark. It always looks darker in here with all of my studio lighting on me. Indoors, contrast will always be increased. So the contrast between the root and the color is going to be more pronounced indoors than outdoors. That's why I like to show it both in both places. I would say this is more of a warm blonde than a definitely not an ashy blonde. Much more of a warm blonde. It's kind of like a honey. I'm really seeing a lot of honey in here. I'm seeing a little bit of yellow. I'm not really seeing true gold, but I am seeing more honey, more yellow. We've got some cooler highlights here and there, but it's not cool. It's not gonna look great in any lighting. It's looking a little warm, not red. So if you can do honey, you don't mind a little bit more of the yellowy blonde, it's not super yellow, just slightly, then maybe this would be the color for you. I'll be honest, I tend to gravitate toward more of the cool blondes. I am gravitating just in general toward more of the neutral to cool colors. So brunettes, blondes. As I age, I am just liking myself more in neutral to cool. My bio hair is pretty gray at this point, what I can see of it, but I actually really like this color. I think I could do this color. I really do. So it's beautiful. Let me know what you think. If you've got this one, share your experience. If you've tried this color, share your experience. And we will get outside and I will put some details. I will link this wig to Chiquel in the description box with a coupon code that will save you money. So if you want to try her out, they've got a great return policy and I say go for it. See you guys soon. Raw sugar blonde R. This is fresh out of the box. I literally just pulled her out of the box, plopped her on my head. I haven't even fixed the part yet. Just taking advantage of the lighting as usual. Such a beautiful color. The wind's blowing just slightly. I can't wait to play with this one. There's Maxie. I know some of you guys asked me about Max. There he is. Dealing with some allergies with him. He's a very itchy boy. I hope that helped.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.